Hey guys, how you doing? Well, I'm doing okay. I've been spending the past 2 days watching a miniseries from the 1980s of George Washington. Okay. And I think it is rather eerie that some of the goings on during George Washington's presidency is sort of still going on today in 2018, 2019, and during Donald Trump's presidency. And there's a lot of misinformation about American history. And they wanted to do away with the statues or erase some of the history of great men like Jefferson and Washington and so forth. But the one thing that, for some crazy reason, is never taught in school is that Washington was one of the first American presidents, matter of fact, the very first president, yes. But he was the first to think about freeing the slaves before Lincoln actually had it done. And he wanted to do it. Okay, and I'll give you pieces of this so you could see what this is. This is the 1980s. Okay, so there's no bias, there's no left wing, right wing, or anything like that. So, okay, I'll give you pieces of this thing because I want to show everybody how wrong everybody is about all the misinformation that everybody's been taught about American history.
Christopher?
Yes, sir.
It was found where you must have hidden it to be picked up by the slave from downriver who drives the grain wagon. This is your handprinting.
Yes, sir.
Who is this Mattie?
It's my woman, sir. She belongs on the next farm down south.
And the two of you were going to run away together.
Yes, sir. Both on the sail away from Alexandria.
If you truly loved that woman, all you had to do was come to me. And I would have arranged somehow for the two of you to be together.
It ain't just being with Maddie, sir.
Stay with me. And I will see that you marry your Mattie. And I promise you that in my will, if not before, I will free both of you. Can we agree on this?
Yes, yes, sir.
We'll say no more about it.
Thank you, sir.
Oni will bring you some lemonade, dear. I'll be in the garden.
Martha, I'd like to talk to you. I've decided to try and find some rational plan. Some way to free our slaves during our lifetime. With your approval, of course.
I don't know what to say. Slavery is as natural a part of our lives as breathing. George, we've always treated our people so well. Why would they even want to be free?
Why? Why did we fight a war?
Oh, surely it's not the same.
Why isn't it? Why wouldn't Christopher yearn for his freedom? or even Oni, or Molly.
Those girls would never want to leave us, and you know it. Why are you saying all this? My earliest memories of having been cared for by slaves. It's so sudden. So I've sensed ever since the war that you've not been happy with this way of life.
Yes, our good Virginia friends, Jefferson, Madison, Monroe, have decided that they cannot change this system. They champion the rights of man, yet can't find it in their hearts to open the gates to their slave quarters. So if we do this thing, we would undoubtedly be opening ourselves up for more personal attacks. My greatest fear is that freeing our slaves while still president could incite a North-South conflict which could tear this nation apart. So, any such plan must be kept a secret until after I leave office.
I see. What will happen to them, George? Where will they go?
We'll provide for the children, of course, until they're old enough to support themselves, and the old and the infirm, we should give a lifetime pension. The only immediate change would be that those who wish to continue working for us would be paid a salary, like any free man.
I don't pretend to understand everything you've said. But if you believe this to be right, then it's right. And that's all I need to know.
Newspapers.
Thank you, Christopher. You came from Mount Vernon to be with us here in Philadelphia for the 2 terms of my presidency, and you have served us very well. And now it's time to go home. Mrs. Washington and I, in gratitude for all that you've done, have decided to leave you here in the city, thereby granting you your freedom under Pennsylvania law.
Master Washington, I thank you.
There's a wonderful man here named Richard Allen, and a group of your own people called the Free African Society who will find employment for you as freed men and women. Christopher will give you an envelope tomorrow with money in it to help you in your new way of life.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, well, we can talk tomorrow.
Ma'am, I know. I know. I shall miss you too, Molly. Oh, ma'am. I thank the Lord. You'll find a new life here. And your children won't grow up as slaves now. Molly. Should you ever find Oni Judge, would you tell her, please, that she can remain free? That Mistress Washington would like very much to see her again someday.
Now, earlier in the miniseries, there was a plague that hit the city, and Mr. Washington wanted to see his friend, his closest friend, who was also stricken and he goes through the quarantine area, and he watches all the people being loaded onto sick bay carts, and then he encounters a priest or a minister of color, and Mr. Washington says that the minister was very brave to go into the homes of the people stricken with this plague. And that pretty much set the stage for this thought of wanting to free all the slaves. And because he saw people of color as having a lot of courage and as ordinary men, or the Caucasians anyway. So I think, and I wish I could find that and show that to you, but at least I'm able to show these two sequences. If you're interested, look this up. It's two miniseries. One is called George Washington, and was done in '84, and this sequel called George Washington II, The Forging of a Nation, 1986 miniseries. So I highly recommend you watching these miniseries. It is absolutely fascinating to see how the United States was born, how it broke away from, how they broke away from England, and all of the conflicts that occurred as they struggled to be free. I wanted to see how the term president was initiated after being part of England and a community of kings, that they were thinking that he was going to be king and so forth, and how it changed to president, where the House of Representatives and the Senate began. See all the people, everything is just an absolutely fascinating mini-series, and it's very educational. So I highly recommend you watching these two mini-series. Now, the first mini-series won a lot of awards, but the sequel hardly won any awards, and it was badly viewed. In other words, the viewing was very low. And I thought, okay, well, I'll watch it anyway to see how it is. The quality is just as good as the first. And I think what might have happened in 1986 was they could have put it on a bad time slot against some other program, so that there were more people watching other programs if it was up against other programs. Then, of course, the viewership would be low. But the quality of the sequel is equal to the first part, part one from '84. So don't let that deter you from watching this second part, because the quality, production values, production quality, everything is just as equal. From the same biography sources, George Washington, it's all from the same biographical source of the president. So I recommend it. So take care, and I'll see you later. Okay, bye. Oh, by the way, I do not own any copyright at all of this miniseries. The copyright belongs to the producer and whoever owns this miniseries. The copyright belongs to them, not me. I just want to share it. That's all. For educational entertainment purposes. But that's all. I don't claim it's mine or anything. Just wanted to share. Okay, thanks for watching, and I'll take care, and I'll see you soon. Okay, bye.